Here on Planet X, we need to blow up Pluto. It obstructs our view of the Milky Way.
This is Tom Delaney with Alan Metney, founder and CEO of iFly Indoor Skydiving in San Diego. Well, this is a beautiful facility you've got with people flying around, doing circles upside down. It's a real party atmosphere. What inspired you to open this facility?
So years ago, I was a professional skydiver, and I got to do what I love for a living, got paid to do my passion, and I thought to myself, so few people will actually get to feel this and get to see what it feels, or get to feel what it feels like to fly around with total freedom of movement in 3 dimensions. So we figured out how to do that and make it safe enough for families and kids, and this is the result. So we will give them one-on-one coaching with a professional instructor and all the equipment they need. So all they really need to do is show up with a sense of excitement and a little bit of taste for adventure, and they can fly just like regular skydiving. It's identical to free fall skydiving, all the fun without the sudden stop at the end.
This is quite a facility you've got here. Tell us what people can expect when they come to iFly Indoor Skydiving here in Mission Valley.
This is exactly like free fall skydiving from an airplane. Instead of dropping people through the air at 120 miles an hour, we blow the air up at them at 120 miles an hour. And what happens in the tube is exactly like free fall skydiving. Except, of course, there's no sudden stop at the end. It's not weather dependent. It's fully air conditioned and comfortable. And you're one-on-one with a seasoned instructor the entire time you're in there. We provide all the gear, all the equipment, all the training. You just show up with a sense of adventure in about 45 minutes and you can fly.
How much power does it take to energize that tube?
So we have 400 horsepower fans, 1,600 total horsepower. The wind tunnel uses about 400 kilowatts, and it can fly people of just about any size and every kind of speed that you can imagine or need for indoor skydiving.
How many of these iFly indoor skydiving facilities are there in the world?
This is number 46, and we are in construction in 22 places around the world right now. So by the end of this year, we'll have close to 65 of them running. And as we go around the world, from country to country, from place to place, we realize and we learn that almost everybody has those dreams. And it doesn't matter what country they're in, what language they speak, what religion or economic level or background they are, people all over the world dream of flying. Sometimes they dream during the day, sometimes at night, sometimes they're dreaming of flying like a superhero, sometimes they're soaring like a bird. But hundreds of millions, maybe billions of people have that dream already in them. And at iFly, we are uniquely able to turn that dream into reality. So that is our mission, and that's what we're doing all over the world, and it is a wonderful thing to be able to do for people.
Do people need to make a reservation, and what are the costs of flying?
So you do need a reservation. We book up pretty quickly, and most people do come to us with a reservation already, but occasionally you can walk in. And the cost is about 1/10 the cost of a normal free fall skydive. It's a fairly expensive thing, skydiving, and we're about 1/10 of the normal cost. And what you'll do is you'll buy a ticket online, different costs in different locations, here about $65, and you'll end up with 2 free fall skydives, exactly like regular skydiving from an airplane for that amount of money.
Planet X TV.
It's been tagged as Boracay North as we welcome you to beautiful Ani Beach, Santa Ana, Cagayan in the Philippines, where pristine white sand and crystal clear tranquil water gives way to an incredible setting, both above the water and under. Here you'll be greeted to an underwater experience unique to this area, as coral reefs are plentiful and the diving spectacular. We'll take you in and around the Philippines. We'll visit Pacific Cebu Resort while we catch up with Grandmaster Max Cabalas and the popular martial art of stick fighting, an incredible visual sport that is gaining popularity around the world. As mentioned earlier, there are endless possibilities for fun and adventure in the Philippines. At Pacific Cebu Resort, the fun and excitement greet you with spectacular beauty and comfort. From the moment you arrive, we discovered that the people are warm, friendly, and eager to make your stay in their one of many beautiful rooms an experience you'll enjoy and remember. As mentioned, there are many activities available, and one very popular water adventure is that of diving. Come join us as the staff of certified divers takes the very beginners to the most advanced divers on dives just minutes from our shoreline. You'll be trained in PCR's dive pool and accommodated with the best and newest of diving equipment.
We are here. We're going to do first dive in the cave dives. We go down at 25 to 28 meters. We can see the entrance of the cave. Then
That's about 90 feet.
Yeah. Then we go inside. Then we'll stay until the middle. Then in order to can still see the entrance.
Professional, avid, and experienced divers will tell you that diving off the coast of Cebu is one of the most spectacular dive locations in the world. The coral and marine life are protected and plentiful. We had the opportunity to dive on 3 different occasions, and each time it was incredible. On each dive, we were treated with a unique experience, one that you can only appreciate if you do it firsthand. In our group, we had first-time divers to seasoned veterans of the ocean. We had one successful and breathtaking dive after another. There is something very special about diving and exploring the ocean. The mysteries, the history of each dive location, and the connection one makes with the ocean in a setting like this is really one that can't be explained. Again, you have to experience it like we did yourself. At Pacific Cebu Resort, your very own diving experience awaits you, and with that, memories of a lifetime. Above the water, the adventure is quite different and lends itself to many unique ways to enjoy yourself. Whether it be an exciting boat ride along the coast or testing your athletic skill in the latest of water sports like this, the possibilities are endless, and you will for sure be as entertained and active as you desire. This is definitely a blast, and after a few moments of instruction, you'll have it down. Of course, if that's not your idea of fun, you can slow things down a little with parasailing. The views are spectacular and the endless sea awaits you in a long and extended ride. Stay with us.
Planet X TV. Planet X TV.
We welcome you back to the Philippines. This is a beautiful location with so much to offer. There are no bad days when it comes to jet skiing and water sports in the Philippines. But first, we take you to Cebu and Pacific Cebu Resort, where life slows down and the charm of the Philippines shines brightly. But on this day, we picked up the pace with a special showcase of one of the most popular and oldest martial arts in Southeast Asia, and that is stick fighting. Pacific Cebu Resort hosted this special mid-morning workout in what is a fascinating martial art that has a long and impressive history. Around the world, stick fighting takes on many forms, styles, and specified techniques. The one common factor is that this martial art is performed with a stick. In Cebu City, we had the pleasure of being introduced to Grandmaster Max Caballas and his 3 sons as they took to the beach at Pacific Cebu Resort to display their talents and provide us with insight on stick fighting in the Philippines. Grandmaster Max is a defined leader of his craft, and with passion, he spoke of this fast-moving, incredible martial art. His goal is to increase awareness of stick fighting in the Philippines and beyond. I had the pleasure of speaking to him one-on-one, and the first question I asked was why he chose stick fighting as a martial art.
Thank you for the question. It's a very nice question, but I'm telling you this, I'm just only following the clan. The craft that I am talking to you is Arnes de Caballos. That's belong to the clan of Arnes de Caballos. From Lucy Pares, here comes the first wave, Arnes de Caballos, led by my great-grandfather.
Well, the family tradition continues with Grandmaster Max Caballas and now his sons who showcase their talents. Stick fighting was established long ago, and the Grand Master is a teacher in schools to further develop discipline with this activity.
Stick fighting, or Arnes de Caballos, or Arnes per se, is an activity teaching students or anybody who wants to learn, because we believe that preparing ourselves using a weapon is the basic way to protect yourself from any attackers or opponent. 10. Okay, catch with the eyes. Bang. 10. Here. Boom.
Grandmaster Max points out and stresses that stick fighting should be used as a defensive resource, not an offensive weapon.
We only protect ourselves. But nowadays, some show me there in the YouTube and other activities that they are trying to proceed in a motion that it will become the offensive. No, wrong. It should be the defensive way.
Stick fighting is definitely an art form, and the speed and agility of the sticks can seem intimidating if you're a beginner. But Grandmaster Max explains the slow pace of training that he instills.
Actually, when I do the training, especially I myself handle the student, I always tailored our training to the person who wants to learn. We started it slow, then get it faster. As soon as you can give your best, 180 strikes per minute. That's the best way.
As previously mentioned, it's Grandmaster Max's desire to increase the exposure of the sport, plus attract new athletes to stick fighting.
Above all, believe that this craft is promoted already by the Philippines in Public Act 9850, that harness is our martial arts and sports. Now, my friend out there who are interested to perform this kind of activity, don't hesitate to contact us or to inform us, because we are very much willing to teach little by little, slowly by slowly, until you grow up and you can learn and get that legacy of Arnes de Caballos.
Can I get your opinion of mixed martial artists in cage fighting?
Mixed martial arts kids fighting is a very good fighting, but you know what? It's look like, for me, it's look like a brutal way. You can see blood sometimes, but here at Arnes, it's seldom you can see that. It's all friendly training. Mixed fighters or mixed performers are very good. They are very good.
Grandmaster Max explains the importance of young children learning the martial art of stick fighting, starting with his own children.
I trained them at the age of 6 years old, growing up. And I feel that my students are very disciplined in terms of character. No joke. When I say so, for them, they will follow. They will follow. So training is very important, because everybody follows the elders, then they will grow up high.
As previously mentioned, it's a goal for Grandmaster to attract more people into the sport. But with that said, he wants people coming into stick fighting for the right reason.
Anyone can do it, but before that, I am going to interview first for you. Because learning first, conversation, I might learn what's your purpose. Because if your purpose is disturbance, sorry, we cannot train you. But if your purpose is to protect yourself and your family and the community and the world and your country, then I can train you.
Well, Grandmaster Max provides very simple and straightforward advice in getting started.
First, wake up as early as the sun. When the sun goes up, start moving. Do your exercise and training, stamina building, endurance, flexibility. Then go for the specific skills, harness.
Thank you for spending time with us.
Oh, you're welcome. God bless you.
It was a thrill getting to know Grandmaster Max and his sons. Stick fighting is in good hands when it comes to his teachings.
Planet X TV. Planet X TV.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our final segment of Coach's Corner here at Aliso Beach, talking with Tex Haynes, the co-founder of Victoria Skimboards. Now he brings yet another great team rider, and this is Teddy Velasquez. He is 24 years old. He's been riding for Victoria for 12 years. That's amazing. He's also a musician. His band is called Solag Vibrations. Another really popular skimboarder, Nick Hernandez. Of course, he's a musician. He actually plays with his son in the band, and pretty amazing. So welcome, Teddy.
Welcome, thank you.
You know, why am I drawing a blank on Nick's band?
Common sense.
Common sense. I listen to it all the time. I cannot believe I just draw a blank on that. But so you're a musician, you ride. That's a pretty good lifestyle.
It's amazing. I think being a musician helps you with your timing as far as skimboarding so much more than anything. And any kind of board sport, like being in the right place at the right time and just knowing
That makes total
when
sense.
to hit it.
Tempo of the wave, right?
Yeah.
How about that?
Gotta like it.
Well, you know, Tex, you just said something about when he sat down, he rides an extra large board. Can you talk about that?
Most riders will ride a small board. Like surfers, they tend to emulate the pros and ride a really tiny board that hardly gets into the wave. Skimming is the same way. Teddy's figured out that if you get a larger board, you'll get further out, get bigger waves. You just have to move your foot back on the tail. And none of the other riders really seem to follow that, which is a real opportunity for this guy. He kills it.
Teddy, you got to have some power to do that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, just you know, as far as how much you run, you're gonna catch it. Like, I got a bigger board because I was not getting the wave, and I was like, what the heck is going on? But yeah, you have to have a lot more power, and you got to be strong and run as fast as you can, and pretty much just be determined to get the wave and have all the right equipment, the board, and
Determined.
Determined.
Yeah.
12 years he's been with you. That's a long time.
It is a long time.
How has he changed in those 12 years?
I say I love you, man, all the time now. And that's because of this guy.
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
He's passed that on.
He has. And we talked about it last week. When one of his competitors turns to him and says, take this wave, we'll know he has succeeded.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty amazing. I mean, it's really a bro sport.
It is.
You know, it's a
family.
brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
And not to exclude the women, there's some great girls that are skimming too. We're not showing them, you know, on the show today, but it's a great lady sport.
It is. It's awesome. And a huge opportunity for women because it's still relatively small.
Yeah. Your thoughts about why Laguna is so good for skimboarding? I mean, it's obvious to people that come here and see it, but you don't do this in San Clemente or Newport.
No, this is the best place in the world to skimboard. I mean, there's Cabo and there's Brazil and there's everywhere, but this whole coastline is just perfect. There's so many little coves and so many side washes, and I think if you grow up learning how to skimboard here, you could skimboard anywhere in the world, and it's kind of like Jared was saying, the mecca of the sport.
Is the first step the hardest? I mean, you do it in your sleep, but if you're a guy that's in his 30s and he sees his son or daughter skimming and he wants to try it, how do you get that person to commit?
I suggest just going really slow and easy with it. Just taking one step at a time. You don't need to run as fast as you can and try to catch something that you don't know how to do yet. Just slowly ease your way into it. Yeah. Bend your knees so you're lower to the ground. If you fall, you don't hurt yourself as bad. Not all way up here.
And know the ocean, right? Know where the rocks are.
Know where the riptide is.
Know where the riptide, exactly. Tex, you have been doing this for a while. You mentioned 40 years that you started your business, but how has the board changed over the years? You've got 3 great boards here, and the board is definitely, I mean, you shape them, you do everything.
Yeah, we've evolved into a narrow board for quite a while, a little narrower nose, and now it's come back to the fuller nose, which I think is logical. You step forward to keep going, and the width of the board helps you in that sense. So we've come full circle back to the designs of the 80s and early 90s.
And I know this is Victoria, but why is Victoria such a good board? He's too humble.
I got to credit my crew. I have a bunch of guys that's been around for about 20 years, and they're really good craftsmen.
Okay, so that's your answer. What's his answer?
I think because they actually still make wooden skimboards.
Yeah.
And I love to compete, not compete, but I love to skimboard on a wooden skimboard for free and fun. And I don't think any other brands, I think maybe Zap Skimboards does that in the East Coast, but they're pioneered the way, and they're OGs. So
tell me OG.
They're just ocean grown. They're right here, and they got the good vibes.
You got to coin that. You probably already have, right? Maybe make that a song or something. So what would you say, Teddy, 12 years you've been doing this, and obviously you've been doing it longer than 12 because you've been a team rider for 12. When you're 8 years old or whatever and you pick up a skimboard, what makes that thing just contagious?
Just ditching school and running to the beach every day. Just staying out of trouble. All your friends. I mean, it was hard to run away from it here because everybody did it. Yeah. So we just kind of just jumped on the bandwagon.
When you think of skimboarding, remember Victoria, the board and the contest, both legends in action sports. For Tex Haynes, I'm Paul Higgins. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Planet X TV. Planet X TV.
You are watching Planet X. You will eat, sleep, and breathe. Planet X.
We're in Portland right now to check on the status of the skate space obstacles now that everything's almost done being built. Really psyched I get to skate all these for the first time today, give it a real good test and feel it out. Everything that came to mind and now put into real life is happening, and I'm psyched. Next time I get to see these things is when they're placed in Seattle, and really stoked that we've come a long way and skate space is coming together. Pretty much one obstacle with at least 10 different ledge variations on it. If you're not skating or you're not a skater, you just come kick it. You kick it here, kick it here, kick it over there. Check out this multi-use. It's so comfortable.
Just an amazing day to see it all come together. We're getting ready to ship everything in 2 days up to Seattle to lock it down, get the whole art piece in the middle, and watch everybody skate it.
Only here, only here, only here, only here.